Okay, so if I was going to warm up someone that's doing rehab, someone that's learning, I would do, just to get the technique, warm up good. You're already warmed up from all your squatting, but you work on the technique. You might do 8, say you were going to use 20 kilos, you would do 8 reps with the bar, 6 reps with 5, 4 with 10, couple with 15, and then go to the 20 kilos. Whatever weight you use, you build up in 4 stages. So for me, I'd warm up with this, work up to my body weight up, whatever. So this is what I mean, it's low. So you've got to have your technique real good or you'll just hurt your back all the time. Most people, they've got some reason for hurting the back. I only got to watch them for 2 seconds. I can see if they know how to deadlift or not. It's usually because they're too loose, they don't lift with their back. This thing's strong when it's not passive, when it's lifting. So as it's lifting, the muscle's shortening and contracting. It's getting in a really safe, strong position. If I want to protect my shoulder, if I'm out here somewhere, someone smacks my arm, my shoulder's really exposed. It's going to get a good chance of getting hurt under load. If I really wanted to protect my shoulder, when everything's contracted and tight, it can take some smacking around without getting hurt. It's the same in this. When the muscles are tight and locked in, your back's strong as. When they're stretched, it's like being like that. They're exposed. So when you're down low, if you can get that arch, and the minute your glutes drive your heels, it's one action. Your back drives. So your glutes drive your heels, your back's driving the weight up through your shoulders, and your quads are driving your knees back. So it's, you get a good grip. A good way is to load up. You use what's called a pre-stretch, store up some energy. So think like a spring. You start here, and it helps you lock into positions. When I'm up here, I can get a real big breath. You got to get the big breath before you get low. It's like big breath, bang, lock in, check, you get that little arch, and then up here, it's the same, putting it down. Lock up, stick your toe out, hinge your hips back, all the way down. You want to be strong here. Put it down. Set up again. It's like tight. Use blood pressure. Catch your breath. Lift for 2 or 3, lower for 4. Lowering's more important than lifting. You work real hard. You imagine most people bludge. You're limited by what you lift. Like for instance, we could load up a weight on some blocks or something. There's no way I could lift it, but I'll be able to lower it to the floor. Just like, just say a curl. Someone could put a weight up here that I couldn't curl, but my muscles are capable of working with it, lowering. They're really strong through the negative. So to make the most of that and not bludge. So in a curl, I'm limited by what I can lift. So whatever I can lift there, I can lower way more than I can lift. So not bludge in the set, I'll lower really slow, make the muscle have to do a bit of work. If I'm just dropping it, lifting, dropping it, you're not fooling your body. It says, oh, all right, you lifted, but you got to rest. You lifted, but you got to rest. So it's different if you're really good at it and you can keep tension in. You can lower faster, and later you've got to do explosive stuff. But for now, you control the force. If I lift for 2, lower for 4, it's always 50 plus the bar. As soon as I accelerate, it might become that's 70 kilos, it might become 100 kilos suddenly because of added acceleration to it. And we don't want that for now. Later, that's a part of sports, normal. For now, we want our form perfect. Later, we'll go explosive. When you're used to keeping, like a sprinter, you don't start off someone sprinting their ass off. They've got to learn how to keep tension, learn to keep a running style. Then you can run a bit harder, a bit harder, a bit harder, and your body's got that perfect pattern. So the reason I'm showing off the floor is because you've got to be, your tail has to be going out behind you. You can't be going up and down in a deadlift. You've got to think your back's got to take the weight. Those muscles have to flex as you lift. You think about driving your hips. You literally think about jumping, except we're trying to do this for an exercise. We're not practicing a skill. We want our glutes to work, so we keep the weight in our heels. That makes your knee have to take a little bit less pressure, but it gets real, the structure is carrying the load in a safe way. So it's a good way to get your knees used to lugging some weight, doing some weight. It's no different, 70 kilos, it's no different doing a hard bottom turn. You might have 70 kilos of force. Whatever. If you can't, it's comical. If you can't lift 200 kilos, you can't produce 200 kilos of force. It's so fucking basic. People rave on about their power turn, this or that. If you can either produce that much power or you can't. If you can't, it limits what you can do. Plus, you're more open to injury. So it's a safe way to get stronger. If you can produce, when you start 70 kilos, if you can do the same thing but even faster, more explosive with 150 kilos, it's only natural. You're going to be safer, you're going to be more protected from injury, and you're going to be able to produce a lot more force over and over again. Like, honestly, to warm up with this, I could probably do 50 reps before I get tired. If I'm near my, another guy will be able to do 2 reps, and I'll be piddling in your ear about endurance and all this stuff. Like, it's all a fine line. What's the good of having endurance when you're not under load? Like, it's a hard one. What is endurance? What if I put a backpack on someone? They can't even take 2 steps without falling over. So you need a mixture. You need strength to go along with your endurance. Flexibility is the same. I'll guarantee you, most people can't. They just can't get down here. Their heels will come off the floor. They're not very flexible through there, especially footy players. We're training heaps of them. They can't. So they're doing this. They can't pick it up. They're trying to lift it like this. So it's a difference between being able to lay on the ground with no load on you and stretching in different positions to being functionally flexible, where just like a skier, you can produce power, you can push and drive with your glutes and legs in low positions. And naturally, if you're used to being able to handle load there, it's safer. So as far as rehabbing knees, if you just stick on those 3 things for minimum 6 months a year, you'll have bulletproof knees, bulletproof legs. They'll get really strong. And in all of them, you just slowly increase your range of motion. If I've started the squatting up here, you'll soon see if you can do sets of 8 reps, 20 seconds up, 20 seconds down. You'll be so much stronger that you'll see, wow, I can squat lower with no pain. And you don't add weight until you can go all the way up, all the way down strict without any pain. Then you can start throwing weight on your back, squatting. By that time you'll be so strong in the deadlifting, all this is a bit used to it. So I could show you other stuff. There's some good stuff you can do with leg extension, but you don't really need it. But this is plenty to make your knees strong and your quads and glutes and back strong. Then you should work your hammies. I've already put a video on how to do hybrid extensions. I'll just quickly show. These are a really good way to hit your hammies, glutes and back, and get the back of your knee strong. Your hammy ties into the back of your knee. So you adjust, you find there's a million different types of bench. You need it that your hips are on the edge here and you're pretty parallel when you're lifting. So I'm trying to work my back, glutes, hamstrings. You pant them out, you stretch them, get a breath, you come up, you flex. It's the same thing. You lower 4 seconds, deep breath in, you lift for 2, and you flex. You do that at the end because it's decompressing as well. Like we just deadlifted, it's compressing, this is decompressing. I've put videos on this before, so it's easy to see how to do this. One last thing you should do, because your hammies tie in here, your calf ties in here. This calf raise. So you don't need much. Something like this is perfect. You make sure